Cassius Clay Sonny Liston fight was the next big event. I had contempt for it, but my brother's face lit up with excitement when the highlights came on television. He was scheduled to see the fight once again with my father, and he couldn't be more thrilled.
What about it?
Sonny might be great, but he will leave in 8. If he want to go to heaven, I'll get him in 7. He'll be in a worse fix if I cut it to 6. If he keeps talking jive, he'll go in 5. If he make me sore, he'll go like more. If he keeps talking about me, I'll get him in 3. If that don't do, he'll fall in 2. And if he run, he'll go in 1. And if he don't want to fight, he should keep himself home that night.
When I watched him on TV, I didn't know what the fuss was about. Clay's absolute verbal domination of Liston made Liston seem to melt like a snowflake in the sun. Liston didn't have a chance, I thought. But I was still hoping he would crush this demonic apparition of radicalism by some miracle. But it was not to be. Stopped the fearsome Sonny Liston, just as predicted, and announced with all the appalling horror of a coup d'etat that he was to be called Muhammad Ali for all time.
They might be stopping it. That might be all, ladies and gentlemen. Get up there, Joe.
As a black Muslim, Ali represented something we could not understand, and that was scary to my acceptable Negro security. Like Malcolm X, he was a mysterious predator to American complacency. Articulate, young, fearless, and perfectly conceived. Ali then, in his first title defense, knocked out the fearsome Sonny Liston with such speed that to this day some claim they have not seen the punch. That's because it may have been the greatest punch ever thrown. A rumor got out that Ali was a black belt in karate, the then mysterious Eastern martial art. We believed it. I think his opponents did too. It seemed to add to his mystique. After they seemed to be afraid of him, it was something they didn't understand. I remember when I saw a poster of Ali opposite Ernie Terrell on the cover of Ring magazine. Terrell looked so much taller. I was in grade school at the time. There were tough kids in the old neighborhood, big kids. I remembered how I thought I would be afraid of a kid that was that much bigger than me. Any kid would. But Ali sneered at this giant with utter disdain and confidence, taunting him like he was already making quick work of this intimidating guy. He had no fear, no humility in the face of a challenge. I think that was the first time I said to myself, that guy had something I wanted.
We worked 310 years and ain't got nothing. At least you worked 100 years and got something.
That no nation, no people can be free without land. And we are a whole nation, 22 million people without a toothpick factory.
My father practically begged me to go see Ali fight Zora Foley live at the Garden, and I refused. He had to give my ticket away. If only I knew the significance of that refusal, that I was turning my back on an opportunity to witness history. It would be the last time the world saw Ali as the greatest, and my last opportunity to see him fight live in his prime. I didn't want to see him win with his characteristic ease. I did not want to acknowledge his greatness. I wanted to show my disdain for him by not going to the fight. What could be interesting about going to one of those fights, I thought. All of my own insecurities made me only feel contempt. My fear of change. But my brother loved it. It was all magnificent athletics at its best to him. The sweet science, the male camaraderie, the closeness to our dad and his own boxing legacy. My brother would scare me and brag about Ali's prowess. He told me he twisted his fist as he punched, snapping it in a split second to cut the flesh like a razor, or remove one from consciousness. And then there was the Ali shuffle. He'd stand there and do a little dance in the ring while his opponents were struggling to land a punch. Mysterious punches, prophecies. It was all happening very fast. And then it was over.
It took an all-white jury less than a half hour to find Muhammad Ali guilty of all charges.
I think we all knew the government drafted him for political reasons.
To 5 years in prison.
We didn't see any other sports figures or boxers getting drafted.
On bond, pending his appeal, he emerged
Ali had to be stopped.
Attorneys, newsmen, and supporters.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it? The playing field was not level. The game was fixed. The draft would make him government property. It would make his freedom of speech and action liable. Damned if he didn't, and damned if he did. It was a perfect scheme. I remember looking at a picture of him, sitting in plain clothes, holding a tied pair of boxing gloves, and feeling sorry for him. He never cried about it. He never complained. It was like watching the tiger at the zoo. The tiger scares us, but you can't stand to see it in chains.
My intention is to box to win a clean fight. But in war, the intention is to kill, and continue killing innocent people.
Then they made him lose a computerized play acting fight with Rocky Marciano. The computer was supposed to be impartial. No one believed it. Ali was shown on his knees, a knockout victim in the 10th round. Why did they let him do a fake fight but not a real one, I thought. Ali was boxing's first political prisoner since Jack Johnson. Persecuted not only for his stance, but alas, for his talent.
And we fought in all the wars, and we still fight now, and still a nigger. Every city I go to, I can find a black neighborhood and a white neighborhood. Which means don't believe in it. How many Negroes live out here just in this big old neighborhood? You can't blame a black man for wanting to leave all this mistreatment. You must be crazy.
The fear of Ali exposed Uncle Sam as a bully, and the title stuck. But did it matter? Doesn't being an American mean never having to say you're sorry? And to think all this happened and I had never been to a boxing match.